Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you some houseplants that live in my backyard over the summer. Total disclaimer, because this could be different depending on what part of the country you're in, or what country you're in rather. This is more so for Chicagoans and houseplants that really cannot survive outside over our winter months. Usually around late October we start to dip into the 40s, so that's usually, or 50s to 40s, that's usually when I bring all of my houseplants back indoors. And then we usually don't get a break in the weather until about late March, early April. If you're in, let's say, Louisiana, some of these plants I know grow wild in the ground, which is kind of crazy. So, like I said, it depends on what part of the country you're in. I'm going to show you what I bring outside in the summer in Chicago. Okay, so first up is my string of bananas. Look at this, guys. Look at how pretty it's doing. Honestly, it was about half this size when I brought it out. It was probably cut to like right there, and look at how long it's grown. And I mean, this is only just over the past, like, I think it's been out here for about 2 months now. So that's one of my house plants that I usually keep indoors because it's a succulent over the winter and it lives in my backyard for summertime. Next up is my rat tail cactus. This has been out here since April. It is now June and it's grown quite a bit. You can actually kind of see the little nubs on there that's growing towards the sun, and then these three, sorry my finger is blurry, these three new on top, those are brand new since I brought it outside, so that's kind of cool. This one I'm really excited about, my Monstera Adonsonii. This guy has been out here for about a month, and already you can see up on top of the lattice, this is all new. These down here are all new growth. So I'm hoping that it wraps itself around that moss pole and kind of trails along the lattice. I'm not sure if it's going to. I actually have some ivy on this side that's kind of trailing along, so that might take over before the Adonsonii since it's a faster grower. But I'm really excited to see what this does. Okay guys, I have a special guest with me today. It's my other kiddo, Kayla. Say hi.
Hi.
She's gonna introduce some of these plants that we have on our little step stool here that we got from a dumpster, actually. Picked it up on the way home from school. Remember that? Let's start with the banana tree. This is our banana tree, guys. So see that tall sprout in the middle? Kayla, you want to point to it? There you go. That is actually brand spanking new. I got this plant from Josh's Frogs about a month and a half ago, and we brought it outside, and it's growing like crazy. Guys, I got this string of bananas from Nell over at Joyous Garden. If you guys don't watch her YouTube channel, she's in Tucson, Arizona. I won a contest. She sent me all these cuttings and they're amazing. All right, let's grab the Hawarthia. This guy might be able to survive winters out on our table outside, but I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't trust it in the frost. This is more of a desert plant, so this will come back in. But this is a Hawarthia, and it lives on the little bench there. Let's zoom in a little bit more.
This one's mine.
Yeah, actually, it is yours. Perfect. So I'm not exactly sure what kind of cactus this is. Some type of a barrel cactus. It definitely lives outside. I try to bring a lot of my cacti outside because they enjoy the full sun whenever they can get it, but he'll definitely need to come back inside once it gets chilly willy. This is our Scheflerra. I got this from Josh's Frogs again. So this has been outside for about a month and a half now, and it's definitely growing. It's enjoying it out here. I think it's much happier than it is inside. Sweet, perfect. All right, so this is my Philo Brazil that I got from Pam over at Pam's Planty Things. If you're not following her YouTube page, go do it. This is having a grand old time outside. It's already got a couple new growths on it. One of the leaves got sunburned, but that's okay. Thanks for helping us.
No problem.
All right, let's start with the center one right here. This one right here. This guy is a Kalanchoe. I got it from Arizona when I went shopping with Becca. over at Jade Plant. Everybody knows Becca. This guy's doubled in size actually since I got it, which is pretty crazy. It loves it out here. I have it underneath my umbrella. Let's see if I could show you the umbrella. So it's in full shade all day with indirect sunlight. So it's really happy there. Focus in on this money tree right here. See him? This guy? So I put this guy out in full sun and the leaves burned, which I was pretty sad about. So since then I put him under the shade and it's already growing like 3 new little umbrella sprouts. So I'm happy about that. All right, guys, this guy, my Alocasia Dwarf Amizonica. It's also known as Purpley. Let me actually move the leaves here because there's 3 leaves. There's 1, 2, 3 down here. There's just a little bit of damage on the leaves there, but not much. And the second leaf down here actually is a new leaf since I brought it outside. So again, moving your plants outside can definitely be beneficial in the summer months. Do you guys remember my cactus garden? This is super happy here, and honestly this could probably be moved over to full sun. I just enjoy looking at the concrete planters on my table here, and it kind of bases out my plants, because if you zoom out here you can kind of see I have them surrounding my umbrella pole. So I just like them there. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, they definitely would be happier in full sun and they probably grow faster, but I've noticed some growth already since we potted these up. If you haven't seen that video, I did a full repot on these guys and I'll link it. This peperomia actually has a ton of new growth on it, so I'm really excited. Ever since I brought it out, it was dying and it got some new growth. You can't put it in full sun. You have to have it on a table, but Kayla, up, move it up. You're dropping it down. Hold on, keep it right there.
Zoning out.
You guys, this is the joys of working with kids. You got to teach them young, you know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just the youngest, okay? I need help.
You don't need help. Okay, guys, 2 plants we're going to talk about in this clip. That's the kids' chalk. This is an agave of some sort. I think it might be aloe. Can't remember. Somebody told me and now I don't remember. But it loves it in the shade. And then same thing with Echevarias. This is my Echevaria, which I got from City Grange. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below as well. That one is doing really good. I'm gonna have to repot that, and I'm doing a repotting video later today, so I'm glad I'm doing this video because now I forgot that I had to repot that. Perfect. But anyway, these are happy campers. So this is a fun one, guys, because this leaf right here on my Monstera Deliciosa was completely curled in for months inside. And someone's like, why don't you move it to a brighter area? And I'm like, why don't I just bring it outside? And I did, and literally 2 days later, it opened up. I'm so excited, and there's a new leaf coming in on it. So it's definitely happier out here. If you have a Monstera Deliciosa, bring it outside in shade for the summer. It'll love you forever. This is the Zamia, which is right next to the Echevaria. It's a branch off of the ZZ plant, or in the same family rather, and it's super happy out here. I decided to leave this one out here because just to kind of see how it does, and so far so good. It's really happy. I didn't want to risk full sun just because of the foliage. I was afraid it would burn, so it is under my umbrella and loving life. So my Oxalis that I got at City Grange it was outside when I bought it, and it's been out here, and I have yet to repot it, but I think I'm going to leave it out here. Mia, my other daughter, just did a fairy garden video, and she planted some of it in her fairy garden, and it's in full sun, and it's doing really well. So I think that I'm going to pot this up in this terracotta, and I'm going to leave it outside and see how it does, but I think it's going to be happy out here. Let's talk about some of these plants that live on my tree. There are a few empty clips here, and there's reasons for that we won't talk about. Our squirrels knocked them over and killed a few of our plants. Little jerks. They're cute, but they're little demon squirrels. Anywho, the first plant that we're going to talk about is my Euphorbia Guentheri. I think that's how you say it. There's about 5 of them in that pot, and they're loving it there. It gets part sun, part shade, as you can kind of see right now. The sun's crazy, so I hope you could see this, and it's doing great out here. Believe it or not, My Peperomia Parrallel is super happy outside. This was an experiment because I didn't think it was going to do well outside just because the leaves are so finicky. I mean, they're hardy, but it's kind of hard with peperomias. You just never know. So I tried it and it gets full shade all day until about 2 p.m. It gets like an hour of full sun, which is really harsh sun, believe it or not, and it's doing great. Like the top leaf here is all new growth, so pretty impressive. Another experiment with peperomias. This is my Peperomia Trulerva. I don't know how to pronounce that. So I think I have to move this one because a couple of the leaves have like dark spots on them, and I'm thinking that that might be from them burning, because if you can see, part of it's in the sun, like right here, and that's the part with the black spots, and this spot is fine. So I think I'm gonna move it over to maybe a clip that's like right above it. That empty clip right there would be good. So, but it's happy out here and it's got new growth on it, so I'm not bringing it in. We have 2 cacti, one there and one up there, and look at how much that's grown. They both love this full sun spot. They get full sun most of the day, which is really, really nice. They're happy there. And I might put 2 other cacti on these 2 clips. Sorry guys, those 2, see them there? I think I might do that because it's a good spot for them because they get a lot of sun all day. We're gonna go from left to right. Over on the left is a polka dot plant that was dying inside, and now it's getting new growth. It's sprouting new stems everywhere, so it's definitely really happy in there. The one in the white pot, second from the left, is my Croton. I don't know how you pronounce it. But it wasn't getting a lot of light inside. Someone told me to bring it into like a window. I had it in my kitchen, like pulled away from a window. And I was like, let me just bring it outside. And I did, and it's super happy. And it's got some new growth on it, like everything else out here. Second from the right, in that crazy painted terracotta pot that Kayla did, I don't know where she went, is another rat tail cactus. So obviously cactus, as you know, they love it. Let me try to zoom in and see. Can you see those tips on the cactus? Those are all new growth and it's growing like crazy. And then all the way on the far right is a jade plant. Jades love being outside in the summer. They like the sun. They're succulents. They grow in the sun. Doesn't get full sun all day. It gets like part sun, part shade, half and half. But it's really, really happy. I might bring my other jades outside too. Okay, so there was one more plant that I wanted to talk about that I didn't get a chance to, which will be out here, is this Pachypodium Geayi. It's a Madagascar palm. It's actually one that was on the tree, but it fell off of the tree. So I'm gonna get it repotted up and put back on the tree. Anyway guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me on this video of houseplants in Chicago that I bring outside for the entire summer that love it. Just keep in mind, if you're gonna bring plants outside from inside, notice that the elements, we live in Chicago, its nickname is the Windy City, so we get a lot of wind here, and I use a lot of terracotta. So that just means that you're gonna need to water much more frequently, because the terracotta not only draws water away from the roots and the soil, but it also dries out much quicker being outside with the wind. So you got to take rain into consideration and wind, and just really know your elements and get on a nice watering regimen. If it doesn't rain here, I'm usually watering my plants once every 3 days, as opposed to having them inside where I would only water them maybe once a week in the summer, if that. So that's it guys, thanks again, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You requested it, so I'm glad I was able to finally get it recorded. And if I get any other plants that I bring outside that usually would live inside my house, I'll make sure I update you guys on Instagram. So make sure you're following my Instagram page @mycleanleaves, and comment in the comment section below if you have any questions or comments, and I'll see you in my next one. And subscribe, #mycleanleaves, and don't forget to like.
Hit the bell too.
Thanks, Kayla.
You're welcome. Make it go ding.